this video, to clear a little space in the beginning of it. I hope we've all been well and been cycling and all that little good stuff. I'm supposed to be cycling today, but the weather sucks outside, and I hate sucky days when the weather's outside, and I didn't turn my little mirror around so I can see half of this. Oh yeah. Much better. And I need to reframe the shot, but it doesn't really matter because this isn't about me. This is about my Twitter sniper, finally, again. See, because I realized that there aren't that many reviews about this bike at all, which is kind of sad because it's a really, really fabulous bike. And I say that a little bit prejudiced now. It has its good and its bad. The seller on AliExpress, I'll do that completely separate. I don't really care for them, but the bike itself is fantastic. You know, I don't care for them because they don't want to service anything, and I lost a part and they don't want to give it to me. But I found that I can get it through Twitter, so I'm happy. So basically, the bike itself is a carbon EPS carbon bike with through axles and 700C tires, and I think at like a 23 millimeter width and at a 45 millimeter depth. And it has 105 shifters. It has their build kit of the seat, your finishing of your handlebars. The grip tape is me, and that's some, as you see, I mean, we all know whose that is. And tires I have replaced with Continental Gator skins. It did come with some Continental Sports, I think, that lasted me about, up until probably a month or two ago. And I got one flat, and when I get a flat, I just change the tire, and basically I know it's time to buy new tires because I don't do flats. And the pedals, of course, did not come with the bike, but they are 105, and the rear derailleur is 105. The brakes are Retrospect, which is an offshoot brand that actually makes the bike, I find out. It's the same company. They just have different brands on them. And the same with the bottom bracket I replaced. But the brakes are Retrospect, 140 millimeter floating. They are floating 140 mil rotors, and they are colored. You can get them in red or black. They are cable articulated. They are very nice brakes. I weigh 185 pounds or so and stop on a dime and saved my life plenty of times so far. Of course, bottle cages I added. Very easy, but I prefer aluminum there. And everything else is as it came. And basically, after 2,000 miles now, I am going to show the wear, the issues I felt that I've had, which have only been slight. They're probably the average issues of any bike. The main complaint I had was the bottom bracket. The bottom bracket was, it squeaked because it was a press fit bottom bracket, of course. And so I found out that Token made another bottom bracket that I basically found through AliExpress, and the same Driveline, who is another one of these companies, made a bottom bracket that fit this frame that is now a screw aluminum cup, and now you have a video of me learning to use the video, right? Okay. So now, this is from the seat. This is the original seat that did come with the bike, as I beat it up and fell plenty of times and burnt the side of the seat. But you see, it held up. It's quite comfortable. I haven't had any issues with it. I had no sores. The only thing that did come off was the holographic numbers along the seat post within probably the first week of me adding carbon grip, of course. Is the 11-speed drivetrain that is not a Shimano cassette. It's slightly dirty because it was raining and I used a wet lube. And the chain I did replace. The chain I did replace. It comes with like a, not sun rays. It's on this side. It's like, oh, the same one who makes the crank, the Pro Ounce, which is actually like, I'd say like an equivalent to a 105 or the Core crank. It's not light at all. It's aluminum. It's hollow cast though. And itself is rare. It's pretty good because you can see I beat up on my stuff. Like the charings are, there you go. Charings are pretty well just now starting to shine, right? Yep. Pedals and good stuff. But the bike itself held up for all of this, which is a lot of beating on the road and then being washed daily with water. And soap, dish soap that everybody screams about, oh my gosh, you're gonna ruin your finish. You're not gonna ruin your finish. It's no big deal. It is a bike. You're beating it up every time you go on the road. I'm not saying to kill it, but hey, if you didn't spend $10,000 on a bike, you wouldn't be worried about the finish of the paint. I think that's just the narcissist in some of us. So, hey. But we all choices. And here is the inside, and you'll see the paint is really holographic-like, which I always thought was really cool, because it kind of changes colors as it flickers in the light. If you could ever catch across one of these odd lighting paths, but you'll see it has writing in the black, because mine's black, and you can see that the writing comes up more like it's purple on top of the black. And then at night, all that lighting lights up, which is the funniest thing to see. Because you see it's everywhere on the bike, and it really looks like that, as it looks like a flashlight in its logo. And even up on the handlebars. But you see, their logo's everywhere. A majority of the finishing stuff on it is aluminum. Like, it's not meant to be light or anything, I don't really think. I do like the dampening properties of the carbon, which is the main overall aspect I've seen. And the difference in between an aluminum bike, a nice aluminum bike, and a regular one. As I have all three, when I get to get them back, finally, at the end of this month. And with this is my Twitter Sniper 2.0 EPS carbon frame. Pretty much 2,000 mile, 1,800 mile or so review. And showing them where the only thing that did break was my chain. Which wasn't really the chain, it was the quick link. The quick link that did die in the bike. When the quick link died, I said, okay, I'll buy a new chain. Bought a whole new chain, and that was about a month ago. And since it's gone pretty much very hard, every opportunity I get. And now I think the only thing I want now is a new seat. Just because I know I'm going to split that open. And then when I split it open, I'm not going to be happy. Because when it's split open, this all slides off. I've done that before. And then you're stuck riding home on a piece of leather that kind of slips out beneath you and just wants you to feel like a banana peel for the whole rest of the ride. And that's really unpleasant. So sewing it on afterwards, not fun either. Been there. But all in all, I'd have to say that the Twitter Sniper is a very good bike with disc brakes that are hydraulic and cable articulated and 11 speed. And I mean, all in all, I've ridden it on gravel. It fits up to, I'd probably say, a 32 mil tire in there. I have 28s in there now that do run very, very close to the frame. When I get mud in there, I'm not happy that I have seen on some of the trails down here. But aside from that, save yourself some money. Spend $800 and you have money for pedals and upgrades on all the stuff you want without having to break your bank and be mad if it ever does break, because guess what? You only spent $1,000 on it max. So why would I go spend three times that just for name recognition when I have all of the extra advantages here? Because nobody here is a pro, and I don't need a 10-pound bike, and it still rides great for $1,000, not five. So save your money.